I've got good news, everybody. Controller works. Oh, and I have hot chocolate now. I have Snickerdoodle chocolate. I saw it like a little pack for 60 cents. And I was like, yeah, it sounds stupid. I'll try it. So, here's my review of Snickerdoodle hot chocolate. It's not overly sweet, and I think I needed a bigger mug for it. It's good, though. It's not amazing, but it's pretty good. It's Swiss Miss, so it's not, like, high quality, but I like it. Swiss Miss is not my... Ghirardelli has way better hot chocolate. They didn't have it at the supermarket, though. So I just got this. I got, like, water or milk. See, now that's the problem. It's water. I don't buy milk because I never fucking use it. Here's a trick, chat. That Ghirardelli I was talking about, even with water, it's amazing. I don't know, I'll see. I'm gonna try to one day buy more, buy like a small thing of milk and make some of this hot chocolate with it and see if it's any good. Vinny, do you don't eat cereal? I don't eat cereal, no. Not often. Like, once every couple months, maybe? This controller is not my controller of choice for a game like this because I don't... First of all, it's X input now. Thank you for helping me, chat, and John, because I figured out how to get this to work, which is I had to unplug the thing first, and then switch the mode to X input. So this 8-bit controller is fucking fantastic now because of that. However, it's got the PS2 thumbstick position, which is not my favorite, but I'm gonna test it out and see if I like it. The D-pad on this thing is amazing, and the buttons, it feels like a Super Nintendo controller, but even more sturdy. He's gonna die in that block.
The Ice Wizards have imprisoned our leader, Shaman Tuck. Can you help us rescue him? It is urgent. He has our tickets to tonight's hockey game in Colossus Valley.
Almost sounded like a bad Gilbert Gottfried impression. Vinny, do you have the SN30 Pro Plus? I do. Pro Plus, yes. Yeah, it's a good control. I think for games like this, I'd probably go for the Switch controller or the Xbox controller again, but for classic games, or anything that emphasizes the D-pad more, I would absolutely use this. And this is very, very usable for a game like this. I can see why people would love this controller for anything, because it's just good. It's just a versatile controller. I can kind of see that. But again, it's just the thumbstick position I have to get used to every time I play. Vinny, just use a PS4 controller. I like X input because it makes life easy, and this is the same kind of... never mind. SN30 Pro Plus can be used on the Switch, which is awesome. You know what? Next time I play a Super Nintendo game on the Switch, I'm gonna use this controller. I want to get my money's worth out of this thing. Oh, I see. You have to get the lads, and then they make you, and you can climb on them? Huh. Oh, thanks, guys. So I was in the city today. I went to Manhattan. And it ended fairly early, but I went to the, there's a Bob Dylan pop-up store that my friend Dan runs. It was like, they're doing merch for his stuff, and they did recreations of the stuff that he wore in the 70s and 60s. And, they just played Bob Dylan music. There was an open bar, some coffee. It was at the bottom of some really fancy hotel in, the East Village. It was cool. I really liked it. It was very chill. Met some people, hung out, had a drink. It was apple whiskey. And Dan was like, "Are you gonna die?" I was like, no, apples, no, it's only raw apples am I allergic to, not like apple whiskey. But it was cool. I bought a Bob Dylan shirt, not one that has his face on it. I got the, I got one like with stripes. I really like it. It's good material. And I just hung out, had a couple, you know, I had a scone, and then I had a drink, and it was good. Like I said, it wasn't a huge event. I thought it was going to be like something a little different than it was, but I'm glad it was low-key. Vinny, you're allergic to apples. How? I don't know. Some people are allergic to peanuts. And I don't know why that's the case, but you just are, you know? I just get itchy. Like, my throat gets itchy. My theory about apple allergies, I can eat apple pie, I can eat, applesauce, I can drink apple juice. Anything with apple flavor, no problem. Just raw apples, even if I peel it. But there's a theory that people have had, which is that I'm allergic to the pesticides on the skin of the apple. Which I don't know how true that is, because I can peel it and still get the scratchy throat. It's a protein in the apple. I guess when you cook it, it goes away. Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, if you cook it, the protein... Oh, that was dumb of me. Looks like the cold miser. Someone said, I guess the protein ... if you cook it, the protein. Add that to my book of quotes. I still get emails asking for, you know, like yearbook quotes. I'm like, I'm a fucking dumbass. Why do you want a quote from me? Just take that one. Vinny, first off, it's the snow miser. Secondly, you're wrong. It looks like a cold version of the heat miser, you fuck. Well, no need to correct me.
You'd think those guys could have got me out of here without rolling a 2-ton snowball.
Dare you? I'd rather remain ignorant. Vinny, you missed- oh shit, I missed the thing. Oh, sorry about that, child. I missed the little cutscene there. We can never go back. We can never see that cutscene again. Stop skipping cutscenes. Chat, I forget that if I tab out, the fucking game skips a cutscene. That's a really, really not cool thing, because even the buttons don't skip the cutscene, but if I click anywhere outside the window, it just skips. Then stop forgetting. I forget to forget! You'll live. Don't worry about it. You can boot up your own copy of Spyro 2 Reignited Trilogy TM by Activision, if you want to see said cutscene. You got a whole lot of good yearbook quotes tonight. Vinny, sometimes you switch into a slightly more nasally version of your regular voice, and it's very subtle, but it throws me off. I don't know what you're talking about. You know, me and Paul, when we were in a band, it was just a band, that is. Fire Emblem is going well. About 7 hours in now, I'd say. 6, something like that. I have to concentrate on this mission right now, so I might not be able to tell you, but I'm just enjoying the game, nothing more to report. It's just fun to play.
You have saved us all from a grisly fate.
Vinny, don't mention the house you chose, Vinny, you'll start a war. My frog tier list almost got me fucking murdered in the street, so... I know, man. How are the tea parties going? I had my first tea party in the game, and I was just like... You know, I'm just sitting there, playing my Switch, and I'm like... Why? Like, why? Like, sure, I'm interested in some of the characters and the story and all that stuff. I don't mind the monastery sections too much. Like, some of the quests are kind of fun, and, you know, I mean, I'm okay with a lot of that shit, even though I'm playing the game specifically for the combat, which I do still very much enjoy. The combat and the class upgrading and all that. And then I'm doing a tea party with, you know, whoever. I forgot who I had it with. What's her name? The girl with the green hair. There's like 7 girls with green hair, but this one had the greenest hair. Flane. Yeah, the game forced me into a tea party with Flane. So I did that, and I'm sitting there, grown-ass man. Anime green girl number 6 on my screen, tea party. And I'm like, you know what? The Switch shouldn't be portable. This should never leave the house. But, you know, I'm still liking the game, and I am a fan of tea, so maybe... You know, maybe I just have to just open my mind. All I know is, again, every time I play this game, and I mention it to chat, it's that Manuela tells me about how she fucked someone, and things didn't go so great. And I'm just like, what? Again, it's more subtle than just her saying that, but it's interesting to me to play a Fire Emblem game, or a game from Nintendo in general, and hear about some, like, older MILF's sex life. It's really off-putting on some level. But I can't help but be amused and entertained, and so I'm enjoying it very much. Vinny, it's barely more subtle. It's not that subtle. It's really kinda not. Yeah, there's a yearbook quote. listen, I'm full of quotes. You could just take them from my stream. You can use them in your yearbook. You don't even have to credit me. You could just take them for yourself. Quote theft auto. Those are some very uncat-like teeth. It's like half... Yeah, it's like human teeth. It's like human vampire teeth, which I guess that would just be vampire teeth. Vinny, would you die if you ate a cat made out of apples? I don't like that hypothetical because I actually like cats despite my allergy. I would die, yes. But I'd prefer not to eat a cat. Can I do this level yet? Can I get the 100%? You know what I'm gonna do, right, chat? Can anyone guess what I'm about to do? Right. Fly away on my Zephyr. Now I need you more than ever. I don't even think that he says that. Vinny, you skipped the ice exit shortcut. Or a cutscene. If you link me to it, I'll play it. If it's that, like, if it's that important. Chalmers, you're definitely not going to post the correct link, but I'm gonna open yours anyway.
What you listening to, son?
I don't think you liked it.
Well, why not? I like this new generation of music.
You may ask yourself, well, how did I get here? Letting the days go by, letting the water hold me down, letting the days go by, flowing under. And
Where did you record this?
I bought it at the mall.
I think that Hank was actually a Muppet fan. I take offense to that. I think Hank probably grew up with the Muppets, and he would have been fine with that. Try one more. Okay. Here's Elijah Wood's Spyro. Weren't you just complaining that I didn't see the cutscene, and now you're posting Elijah Wood as Spyro? I guess you got over that real quick. Maybe! Elijah Wood is, doing a remake of some movie, or he's doing a sequel to a movie, and he's trying to get a character back. What the fuck did I see? He's doing a horror movie. I mean, he's doing a lot of movies lately, but what movie was it? Nightmare on Elm Street, yeah, and he wants Robert Englund to play Freddy Krueger again. Which I think Robert Englund doing the voice of Freddy Krueger would be nice, but, I think Robert Englund is probably in his 60s now, and Freddy Krueger kind of has to have some mobility. Englund is 72 years old. I think him doing the voice would be great, but I would prefer to have someone else do the physicality and as little CG as possible. The practical effects in Nightmare on Elm Street still hold up, most of them, and they're still wonderful, and I love that. That movie scared the fuck out of me. So I would say Mr. Woods has got a good head on his shoulders, and I like him. I think he could do it. Also, I like CG, don't get me wrong, like, I'm opposed to shitty CG, but I'm fascinated by, computer visuals, and if it's done really, really well, and you don't notice it. Like, for all the shit people give Game of Thrones, that show was fucking beautiful. Trust me, I had my own complaints with that show, but they used it in a way that most of the time, it was just used for backgrounds, for the castles. And then there's Henry Cavill's mouth, which they actually used computers to get rid of a mustache, chat. And you know what? It worked. In The Witcher, I don't see any mustache. Wait, isn't Superman? Oh, that's why it looked weird? I was just thinking how much I liked this song. I thought there was a lot of really decent songs on the soundtrack. And Spyro 1 had good songs, but I think Stu upped his game a little bit on this one. I wouldn't say that these soundtracks are like Banjo-Kazooie level for me, but they're just really enjoyable. It's all like just really nice music to listen to. It fits the mood of the game perfectly. Weren't you complaining about the song last time you were here? I've had my complaints about the soundtracks in general, but I'm fine with it. Vinny, you missed a gem? You're a gem, chat member. That was my Keanu Reeves moment. Put that shit in your yearbook. He's just such a nice guy. He's just like he said I was a gem. Oh, that's cool. He said that to you personally? Well, no. Vinny, my brother was a security guard and met Justin Timberlake. He said he was an asshole. I have mixed feelings about celebrity asshole stories, because I kind of finally get it a little bit, because the couple times a year where I'm at a convention, you get so drained. Imagine you're just trying to take your family out to eat, and a bunch of fucking strangers are bothering you at the dinner table. Or who knows, whatever happens. There's a lot of asshole celebrities. 100%. Guaranteed. 100%. But you have to wonder what it's like every day to have people sneak pictures of you while you're eating. You and your kids. You and whoever you're dating. You in your fucking shitty shorts. You know, there's probably so many things, like, that really just start to become a draining. And then, you know, if people want an autograph, I think it takes a lot of, I don't know what, but some patience for someone to still be nice amidst, like, who was it recently that got pissed? There was someone recently that was signing, stuff for people that were going to just sell it on eBay. And he knew they were going to sell it on eBay. He called them out, but he was still nice about it and still signed them. The Pope? Oh, it was Larry David. It was Larry David. Same thing. Pope, Larry David, same thing. So he was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And he was giving... I didn't watch the video, but from what I read, I gotta watch it. He's, you know, he knew they were just collecting autographs to make money, and he just signed it. So what, but you know, again, I don't know for sure. I mean, I'm sure there's different facets of a person. Like, finding out Justin Timberlake is an asshole to one person doesn't necessarily mean that the dude's an asshole to every single person. I think there's just different layers, and when you add celebrity, which is the most bizarre thing that you could possibly have added on top of it, who the fuck even really knows? I don't know why I had to go on a tangent about that, but just to fill some time while I'm streaming. I mean, this is coming from somebody who will be at a convention and 99% of the people are awesome, and one person will shout "Granddad" in my face and then run away. So I've had some minor experiences with this sort of thing. Speaking of, though, I am once again signing at PAX on the Friday and Saturday from 2 to 4 p.m. And I will have stress brains. And I do genuinely like meeting you all. And even if it's only a 1 minute, like, weird interaction, you know, because it's so quick and because, like, you know, like, it's not a real interaction. I do my best to keep it personal, but 2 hours is a long time, and I start to lose my voice. It can be tough, but I do genuinely like meeting people. That's why I go to these things. I don't go to them because, you know, I don't get paid. I end up spending money on, like, hotels and stuff. I like it. I like going to a couple a year, and it's really, it's nice. I mean, it's flattering. There's a big part of me that realizes, like, how lucky I am that I don't have to deal with that shit on a daily basis. So that when I do go to a convention, it's like a nice slice of fake reality for a little bit. I'm like, oh, this is gonna be cool for a couple days, and then I can just go home and go back to real life. But again, 2 to 4, Friday, Saturday. If you want to come by the table and say hello, it's the Screenwave booth. And I'll sign whatever you want. Except, you know, a statement saying, I, Vinny, am going to stream Undertale at some point in the next 6 months. And then you're like, hey Vin, can you sign this piece of paper? And it's just like a folded piece of paper with like a clause at the top of it. I'm like, what's the rest of this say? Oh, don't worry about it, just sign the bottom, it's for my brother, he really likes your streams. No, that's cool and everything, but what does the rest of it say? And then I unfold it and it says that. Again, I use Undertale as an example, not because it's a bad game, just because I know streaming it would turn into a bit of a problem, because people are very, very, very attached to those characters, and there's no way I would play that game right. People would not like the way I play it. I would fucking kill all of them. I'm very happy that they just, like, teleport over there. They just lock into place. That makes my life a lot easier. Vinny, how much money does it cost to go to PAX or a con in New York? For me, New York is easy. I just have to pay for parking, really. You know, if I go to Comic-Con, that's easy. If I go to Long Island RetroCon, that's even easier because it's just an hour trip. I'm just spending money on toll and gas. So, PAX is expensive because it's about a 5-hour drive, so that's gas, that's tolls. Then it's a fairly expensive Boston hotel because everyone's in town for it, so that's not cheap. And then, of course, food and stuff for a couple. But it's like a little vacation, and I love Boston, so I don't mind going. And I get to see some of my friends, I get to have a good time. You know, it's great. Honestly, it's worth the money, but it's, you know... But I never fucking go on vacation. I don't really do anything. Boston's like the farthest place I go every year, so I don't mind. What about Germa? I wish Germa was still in Boston, genuinely. I do. We had a really good time. I hope Criken goes this year. We had a good time too. Fuck you, cow! Vinny, have you thought about taking a plane to Boston instead? I don't like airports. I have no problem on the plane. I have no problem flying. I hate the airport. And I hate, like, checking in my bags, and I hate the whole process of an airport. So I'd rather, like, I don't mind driving. I can listen to an audiobook. I can listen to a podcast, a couple albums. You know, take my time. I don't have to rush. I go on Thursday, so I missed the first con day. This year's PAX Pox might be a little more concerning. I know. Trust me, I thought about that too. Yeah, all I can say is just do me a favor, chat. If you get ill before the con in any way, if you want to say hi, but, you know, just use discretion when it comes to getting people sick. I mean, some people just don't give a shit. They'll be like on death's doorstep and they'll like shake your hand and give you a hug and it's like, oh great, thanks, but yeah, vitamin C, I have immune boosters, and I have, you know, hand sanitizer. I basically live in hand sanitizer the whole weekend.